NBC News XL's Noah Pransky caught up with some of them, or at least tried to.
Hi, I'm Buddy Carter, congressman from the 1st Congressional District of Georgia, which includes the entire coast of Georgia.
No one will ever confuse him for a liberal in Washington.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case at all.
He opposes abortion, gay marriage, the Affordable Care Act, amnesty for undocumented immigrants, even the certification of the 2020 election. But there's also this.
Climate change is real, and I believe that.
Carter's conservative, but his district, 100 miles of the Georgia coastline, is sinking into the ocean. It's a fact a growing number of Republicans are starting to accept.
I've seen areas that at one time were dry land that are now underwater. So you can see the sea level rise. We understand that.
For all the issues Democrats and Republicans disagree on, climate change may actually be one where the two sides quietly share some ground.
I think this is an area where we absolutely share the same objectives.
There is ample room to work together and collaborate and do things that shouldn't be controversial.
The two sides even passed the Energy Act of 2020, which invested in renewable energies, grid modernization, carbon capture research, and clean energy tax credits.
Sea levels are rising, and so are we.
Not nearly enough for progressive Democrats who are concerned future generations will pay the price for anything short of dramatic, immediate action on climate. But
now, there are some people who believe on the other side that it's imminent, that the Earth is going to be destroyed if we don't get this fixed in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm not one of those.
He is one of the Republicans who wants to limit the effects that climate policies have on businesses, balancing the concerns about the environment with concerns about the economy.
I think there are a lot of climate deniers out there. There's no question about it. But let's face it, the politics are real. For young people, millennials, this is their top issue. Here's
the thing. While Republicans are learning it's good politics to be progressive on climate, they're still super hesitant to take the lead on it. I was ghosted by a lot of conservatives in Congress. Why is it so hard to get some of them to talk about it then?
Well, you will have to ask them that.
I would. They don't return my calls.
Well, and nor do they return mine whenever we're talking about this issue.
Many in the GOP have embraced expanding wind and solar energy, conservation and forest replenishment, carbon capture programs, and incentives for private companies to make greener choices. But the party lacks a unified voice on the crisis. Do you have a lot of work to do in your own party to get them on board with some of these approaches?
With some of them, yes. There's no question about that. There are some that, we've got to work on them. But I think you would be pleasantly surprised. Climate change is real. I acknowledge that. And I want to be known as one who was perhaps an innovator.
A lot of that GOP shift due to the pressure from their own party, young conservatives who may be fiscally conservative, but they say they are progressive on climate.
Yeah, they seem to be the young ones trying to shift the whole party, Noah.
Yeah, they're not just trying to shift Republicans, though. They do see an opportunity for Republicans to take advantage, but they're also asking for help from Democrats who want to save the planet. They say that this shouldn't be a partisan issue. They say that Democrats can do them a favor by coming more toward the middle, by dropping some of the really extreme rhetoric and demands and moving more toward compromise. They say if you want to be happy, you want to be saving the earth, it isn't about sticking to your ideals.
Noah Pransky from NBCLX. Thank you. Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.